Good morning, party people! Got some cool stuff here right now for you guys. Who's on first? Monica, what's up? I love how faithful you are. James Murphy, how you been, my brother? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna turn that music off. Christine and Tanny. I got my party people on here, man, and I'm really excited about what's happening with my business, you know, with my team. We're like really building some stuff, man, and I'm excited about so many things, and I want to share with you guys something that I learned, you know, in Tony Robbins in this program called Time of Your Life, because sometimes we focus too much on one area of our lives, sacrificing so many others. And I want to tell you something. This is totally up to you, man. We sometimes focus on one area of our lives and we never have balance, and we always feel sluggish and we don't feel fulfilled or excited about anything because we're just leaving all the other things in our lives behind. So you can't actually read it because it's backwards on here. I got to figure that out, but I'll take time to figure that out next time. But I want to go over something. This is called the Wheel of Life. Wheel of Life. So I want to break it down to you guys and simplify this, man, and get you guys fulfilled and, well, show you how to do it. It's totally up to you whether you're going to be fulfilled or happy or motivated or inspired. What's up, sis? My sister Emily Jimenez is on here. Brandy, what's going on? Melissa, hey, you're on my morning call. Maria, ¿qué tal? How are you? So, you know, how can you balance your life without balancing what you're spending the most time with? In order to balance your life, you have to know what are all the areas in your life that you want to, you know, grow and progress, you know. It's more than just one area, you know. First, determine what are the areas in your life. So let's talk about, there's two different things, right? We want to do this for our professional life. I'm going to have it over here. And we have to do it for our personal life. You want to grow. I got my rock star one today. You want to grow in all areas of your life. So let's focus on the personal, because if you really work on your personal life, then everything else is going to fall into place, you know. We normally focus on just one, you know, and when you focus on one area of your life, you are sacrificing all the others. You know, you really don't even realize that. For example, let's say some people work so much that they forget about their body and their health until it's too late. You know, you sacrifice your health and your fitness, right? Or you work too much on your fitness and you totally, completely sacrifice your financials because you're not, you're not worried about your money. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of categories that for me, this category number one is your career, right? People like to focus on their career first because they think that that's the most important thing. Some people want to focus on their family. That's number two. Physical, emotional, working on yourself and the way that you feel and think. I mean, that's something that we sacrifice all the time. We put ourselves last, you know? We put ourselves last. We don't even work on our emotional state. We could be in a complete mess, depressed, all kind of crazy. Hey, Yolanta, how are you? Good morning. Joe, how are you doing, my friend? What's going on? Antonio Colon. So many good people on here. So, you have your career, your physical, your emotion. How about finances? Do you guys even work on your finances? Are you building towards the future? Joe, you reminded me of finance. Finances is a huge thing that we just put aside. We don't even do anything with our finances. And your spirituality. Those are 6 categories, man, that that you need to actually work on, focus, because if the quality of your life will suffer if you don't work and have balance in your life. And I'm going to show you something, like a picture with a diagram here, how we can do this, right? Learning to balance your life is critical. It's critical. And so let's identify the areas that you need to commit to improve, right? So I want you guys to do it later, but have a wheel on a piece of paper, and draw 6 lines, 1 straight down and 2 diagonal, and you have a little pie here of each one of them, right? So you want to have a pie. I want you to visualize this. You need to see it so that you can really say, whoa, what's going on in my life, right? So I'm going to say on a percentage, right, from 0 to 100. Let's say in my career right now, I'm probably at 80%. I can do much better. But I'm going to go 80%. Right, draw a line there, 80%. I'm going to change different colors so that you see also. My physical, probably 90%. I work a lot on my physical. I eat very well. I take care of my health and my nutrition. So that's going to be a little bit more here. Seems like that's pretty close to being balanced there, right? My emotional. Here I am working with my people. I do my personal development a lot. I'm going to also say 80%. I think I could do more with that. Right? What's next? My finances. I'm just getting started really working on that. I kind of let that slip because, everything was fantastic and, sometimes things change or whatever. But let's say 40%. 40% on my finances, right? You guys following me? Are you guys trying to write this on a piece of paper right now? I think you guys should do this because this is going to be mind-blowing to you guys, man. You have to have balance. Your life isn't made in one little piece of the pie. Your life is a complete pie filled with a lot of things that you have to feed and focus on and grow. You need to find a way to round off your wheel. Okay? You gotta. Your life will be more fulfilled if you're living it in balance with everything. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what's the last one? Family. I do spend a lot of time with Layla, but not as much with the rest of my family. My son Victor, I need to call them more. So I'm gonna be responsible for that. And my daughter Ariel, my mom and my dad. I need to go visit my father. They're getting old. Okay. So even though I'm really, really good, with my daughter because we live together, there's people out there that I need to really, spend more time with, right? So I'm gonna give myself again like maybe 60%. Are you guys starting to see how this looks right here? I don't know about that, but what's the next thing? The last one will be my spirituality. I'm gonna be honest with myself. I'm way off on that. I don't spend enough time with the Lord. I really do. That's what I want. I should be waking up in the morning in prayer and really focusing on, because I love my Jesus and, I know He loves me, but we need to spend more time. So I'm going to give myself the lowest one right here, 20%. That's awful. That's awful. So now I want you guys, right, you got your little pie chart drawn out for you, and you have the percentage of where you're at with each one of these things, right? So now I want you to fill this in. Just fill it in. Fill it in nicely. So that you really get a real visual of this, right? Let me see. I hope you guys are doing this at home, man. Make sure you have a nice little wheel that you've drawn up. You got your 6 categories of improvement or areas of your life that you want to focus on. The things that are really important to you, the top 6. You can have 9. You can make this bigger and, get really involved in what you really are looking for in life and what really makes you happy with the things that you're missing out on. Okay? Now here's where it's going to come together, everybody. You see this? Now imagine that this was the spokes for a wheel on your car. Could you drive like this? Probably 10 miles an hour. Could you go 100 miles an hour on a wheel like this? You'd probably crash. And that's what's happening in your life, everybody. That is what's happening in your life. You're crashing. There are things that you're sacrificing. Your relationships with your spouse, your relationships with your children, your relationship with God, your relationship with your finances, All of these things you're sacrificing because you're focusing on one specific or maybe two specific things in your life. If there was a tire in your car called, if there was a tire on your car called a wheel of life, how would you be driving right now? I want you to focus on that, man, everybody. Remember, if you are completely working on your body and not your spirituality, you are not living in fulfillment. You're not being completely fulfilled. You're missing out on many things in your area. What's up? My son is on here. What's up, Vic? We need to spend more time together. My family thing is only at, where's family? Family, I think, is at 50%. Because I need to spend more time with my son. You're going to drive yourself in the ditch. This is the way you're living your life, everybody. There's a lot of bumps on the road, but here's a good thing. You can change that. You've got to actually, now, what I want you to do is determine the areas of your life that you need to be freaking working on. Write them down. All right, let's talk about professional, right? You can do the same thing for professional. Let's say network marketing, right? So relationships and forming. How many relationships am I working with right now? Maybe, I'm doing, put that in your wheel. Recruiting. How many people am I recruiting? How many of my people am I training? What am I studying and learning about the business that I'm doing? Team building. Am I working with my team? Am I make sure that everybody shows up to events and team calls? So this is things that you can do in your professional life and in your personal life. Look at your wheel, people. Look at the things that you need to work on. Stop sacrificing some of these things, because time is not something that you're going to get back. You can't sacrifice your spirituality. You can't do that. You need to be in tune with that. And you're not going to, come back to this, when your job finally works, that's not living a life of fulfillment. You can't sacrifice your family. You can't do that. You ever seen that story about the little kid who, the father kept pushing him and saying later, and then when the kid grew up, he said later to his dad? This is what happens all the time. Your relationships with your children are now. You need to spend time with them. Physical time. Do crazy stuff, with them. Read books. Go get a jar and go, what are those light bugs that... Put them in there and do some crafts, play games with them, videos with, go into their world, go to their games. You can't, spend time with your spouse. You got to make dates for that person. You got to show that you love. You got to invest in every area of your life, or you will fall into a ditch at some point. At some point, you're going to fall into a ditch. James, I hope that this added value. Why don't you guys share this on your page, man? This is a good one for us to share. Remember, I got this from Time of Your Life from Tony Robbins. It's a great program. Unbelievable, man. I'm so happy that you guys were on here with me, having a good time. If you got some value, let me get some thumbs up, some hearts, man. And we're going to dance our way out of here. Good morning, my party people. Have a beautiful day, man. Balance. Find the areas of your life that are suffering and work hard on them, man. Improve it. Balance. Make sure you're all in the same place, man. If you're giving 100% to one thing and 10% to another, you're not doing anything. You're not living a life that's fulfilled. And I want you to live a life that's fulfilled. All right, share this video, man. I think this could add a lot of value to your friends and your family. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys for showing up. I hope that... I think this is one of my favorite things that I did so far. I'm excited about doing this. Keep showing up tomorrow. I'll see you guys at 7:30. Peace out.